Jerry Hamilton of On Texas Football here in Wellington, Florida. Palm Beach Central talking to four-star plus. I call him defensive lineman Tyler Alexander. Tyler, I've been a while since I talked to you. I haven't talked to you since your Texas unofficial visit, so let's start there. Kind of looking back on that, what were your thoughts on that visit to Texas?
I love that visit. That visit was great. Just getting to talk with Coach Baker. Coach Baker did like a great he did a great job of just showing me what he coached me that visit. Like he brought me into like the meeting room and we just watched ball for like an hour, just like seeing what I can do better. He put my film on the screen and told me what he loved, what was mediocre, and something that I hated. And that was great. Just having someone who was honest with me and coached me on that visit, and then just like the love from everybody, the players. I vibe with the players. I love the coaches. I love the city. It was great there.
Who made that visit with you?
My mother.
What did she think about it?
She loved it.
Yeah,
yeah, she loved it.
That's a long way away from her baby, though, right? Does that matter to her?
It matters to it doesn't really matter to her, but my grandparents it matters to. Not really to me and my mom.
Okay. And so what was Coach Baker's message to you when he was at the school last Wednesday?
Just like keep progressing. Like he said, like the main thing with me is I can never like the main thing he wanted me to get better on was just I'm blanking right now. He just wanted me to get better. I like not thinking as much. I just started playing the 4-eye at the school. We just got new nose, so I had to move to 4-eye.
Yeah.
And he just said just stop thinking as much. He said a lot of times I get caught just like getting overstimulated with like information.
Yeah. And did you meet with Coach Sarkeesian when you were there?
Yes, sir.
What was his message to you?
Same thing, just keep progressing. You know, he said he wants me to become back then. He said he wanted me to become a little bit more versatile. And just keep progressing as a pass rusher, keep progressing as a run stopper, and just get better.
What were your thoughts on Coach Defensive Coordinator Will Muschamp?
It was great. You know, Coach Muschamp, he's funny. He's a great guy. He's a great person. He texts me every day. He's just good having him. Like he always stays in contact, keeps in touch, everything.
Yeah. And was there a highlight of the visit for you?
I went there on my mom's birthday, so they bring out like a little birthday cake for her.
Okay. What'd you think of that? Was she surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that going into that visit, what were your thoughts on Texas and how did it change?
It really stayed the same. I thought it was gonna be like more. I don't know why. I thought it was gonna be like more like cowboy. Like I thought it was gonna be like real Texas, but it wasn't. It felt kind of South Florida-ish.
Who are some of the players that you had conversations with there?
I met. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. D tackle, Miami Northwestern.
Oh, James Johnson.
James Johnson. And I met one. The other D lineman I met, he's a DN. He was committed to Baylor at first, but then he flipped to Texas.
He's from Carlton.
Yeah, Jamarian Carlton.
Okay. What did they tell you about Texas?
They said it was like the best decision they ever made.
Yeah. And Notre Dame was at the school a long time today, and you now have an OV set to Notre Dame. When is that?
June 11th and 13th or 12th and 14th. I forget which one.
So what are your thoughts on Notre Dame? You went up there for an unofficial visit too.
Yeah,
right?
I went there for the spring game. I love like Coach Partridge, Freeman, the DC. I love like everybody there was just great. You know, this like the player. It was like it felt like home.
Yeah.
It felt like South Florida home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It felt like South Florida.
And then you're going up to Georgia, I believe, June 5th through 7th. I think that is.
Yeah.
When did you go to Georgia last?
I went there.
It was in March or April, right?
Yeah, March. It was my third visit.
Okay.
And I said OV the day after.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts? Was that the first time you'd been to Georgia?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Georgia then?
It was great. You know, it was very the main thing I took was energetic. It was a lot of energy. Like Coach Scott was great. Just energetic. Like always had energy. Always coaching his butt off. Same thing with head coach there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm blanking on
Kirby Smart.
Kirby. It was good. He was on the speaker the whole practice, just holding everybody accountable. And then like the meetings, everything was just great. The love they showed was great too.
Those three schools are they don't all have the same scheme, but similar. But are they all recruiting you the same way?
It's like you're like to like
positionally.
position-wise?
Yeah.
Kinda. Texas kind of sees me as like someone who I get there and they see what my body turns into. If I don't get real big, they're gonna put me. They're gonna try and make me lose like 10 pounds for a 4-eye. If I do get big there, they're gonna put me at a 0. And then Georgia, they just kind of see me as someone who can play everything. They said they transitioned to like a more multiple scheme instead of just like a straight 3-4.
Yeah.
So they said they can see me as someone who can just do everything on the inside. And then Notre Dame, they said they want me to be just like a attack guy, just go in there and attack, go forward. Don't think too much. Don't try to read. Just go forward and attack.
So you're going to set up 2 more official visits. You're going to end up taking 5, and you'll announce those soon. But now that you've gone on all these unofficial visits, when you start going back for OVs, are there questions you're going to ask that you learn that you want to know from each of these places, or are you more of an observer?
I feel like I'll be more of an observer, like the observer. I'm stuttering a little bit, but the main thing I'm looking at, I just want them to pull up like their practice film or like their spring game film, and just let them just watch it, like uncut, unfiltered, just see what their scheme is, see how their D line's doing. Like, if their D line's getting paired, I think every other play that's not too good of a look.
What are some of your key factors? What are some of the key things you're looking for to help you make a decision? And keep NIL over here, right? We know that's a different piece of it. But what are the things you're looking at that's going to impress you and push you towards making a decision?
I feel like the 3-4 things like I'm really looking at is first is just like having a D-line coach. Not even a D-line coach, like just a coaching staff with a lot of history and a coaching staff I can like really mesh well with. Being comfortable there, having a head coach that's a leader, having a D-line coach that that not only believes in me but has a good history, and a DC who I'm comfortable and I feel like I can have fun playing football and what he sees me as.
Yeah.
And then
go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. And then the second thing I would look at is just like the education. I was going to say third, but second, I feel like that should be second. Just education. Like, I know a lot of people where football didn't work out and they didn't have a backup plan. I feel like there always should be a backup plan. Football doesn't work out, you need something to fall on. Or even after football, you need something to do that. Football is only like this much. And then thirdly, just be like an opportunity on the field early. Like, I want I get there, I don't want to just be the bench warmer. Like, I want if I have to, if I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready. But just don't say I'm not ready yet because I'm young.
Yeah. On the Texas side, is there anything you want to learn about Texas on this next visit that maybe you don't think you did?
I just need to see. I want to see the spring game, just to see what their current scheme, because the spring game is the most updated film they have. I just want to see what their current, like, what they're doing, like how their D line is looking, how the scheme is looking, what they need to work on, and compared to what I need to work on.
What's important to your mom for her boy in all this?
She wants a place where she could trust me at. Like, some schools she can't trust, and some schools she can trust. She just wants to see me where she can trust me, like where she can trust the people to take care of me at.
So I've talked about Texas. You talked about Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame. If without giving everything away, who else is really still in it for you right now?
Colorado's been making a push ever since they offered me. I've been loving that. I've been loving Colorado. I love the love they show me. I've been vibing really well with Coach Pond. Even though he's a younger guy, you can tell I don't know how to put it. He really wants me. Like, he really wants me to make an impact early.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't say he has a great history with sending people to draft, but working with a guy like BT Jordan very personally and training the NFL guys he's trained, he has a history, you know what I mean? Even though I might not be in college.
Yeah. Does the conference location, does any of that stuff matter to you?
Location doesn't really matter. Conference somewhat matters. Like I wouldn't, like, schools in like the Sun Belt wouldn't like have as much of like a push as schools like the SEC or Big 10 or Big 12 or ACC. But I wouldn't say it's like a conference or location is a major thing for me.
Yeah. And you kind of hit on a little bit, but so Athens, smaller town, South Bend, smaller town, Austin, big city. Does any of that matter to you? Are you looking at, okay, where am I going to spend my next 3 or 4 years of life?
It matters, but I wouldn't. I feel like I can see. I can really fit in everywhere. Like, I don't see myself as a guy who can only just go to a city or only just go to a college town. All three of those places, like South Bend, Athens, and also I vibe with. It wasn't. And I didn't go there and I was like displeased and I was like, I can't do this. I can't live here.
How much does the process change from what you thought it was going to be at the beginning to where it is now?
It changed a lot. Like begin, like what do you mean, like my freshman year?
No, like when the process started, because I think you're kind of a Florida, I think Florida was way up there. Maybe schools closer to home were way up there. How's that changed in your thought process?
I never really had like oh they're home. Like I have to be like a Florida boy. I never really had that in me. Florida was showing a lot of love, but it kind of died down. Miami started to show like a more love ever since they came up. So yeah.
Yeah. How hard do you think this decision is going to be? Last question.
Um, I don't think it'll be super hard. I feel like when it gets down to it, I'll be confident. I feel like these OVs are really gonna help me narrow down on my decision.
You'll have a date just before your senior season begins.
Yeah, sometime this summer, like late June, early July, probably.
All right, that is Tyler Alexander, 4-star plus defensive lineman, Palm Beach Central. We're here in Wellington, Florida on Texas football. Thank you, Tyler.